Let's get to this story. We've got domestic and geopolitics on the market front burner. President Trump today reinstating North Korea as a state sponsor of terrorism. Its nuclear program is the issue. North Korea could react with more aggressive missile tests. Let's bring in former House Oversight Committee chair and Fox Business contributor, look who's here, Congressman Jason Chaffetz. What do you think about what's going on with North Korea, first of all? Let's tackle that one.
Well, it is mystifying why they were taking off the list at one point now that they have to put him back on. I think there is plenty of evidence all along the way that they were very engaged in things in Malaysia and other parts of the world in this state, being a state sponsor of terror. And so I think it is appropriate to put him back on. They're going to continue to ratchet up sanctions. Tomorrow, the Department of Treasury will announce new sanctions. It begs the question, why are we still ratcheting it up? Why are they at the maximum of maximum? They should have been there a long time ago.
They could easily shoot off another missile. I mean, now we've got Germany's coalition government in collapse as the U.S. State Department warning about more European terror threats from ISIS and al-Qaeda Christmas holiday threats at the same time this is happening. I mean, that refugee and migrant surge not helping Germany at all right now.
No, look, Europe, particularly Western Europe, is in a lot of trouble. And look, even here in the United States, we got to be vigilant. ISIS wants death and destruction to the United States of America, and we need to continue to go after them.
And ISIS propaganda, I had to say this, a propaganda poster of the Pope being beheaded.
Yeah.
We're going to stay on that story.
Yeah.
So the New York Times, Glenn Thrush, who's known for breaking reporter stories on the Trump White House, he's been suspended for numerous sexual misconduct allegations. 4 women stepping forward describing a, quote, range of similar experiences from unwanted groping and kissing to, yes, they said this, wet kisses out of nowhere to hazy sexual encounters that played out under the influence of alcohol. Let's take a check in New York Times stock today, closing the day in the green, up less than 1%. Trump goes after women reporters again. If you're a colleague of Ashley R. Parker or Maggie Haberman from the New York Times, you basically look at this tweet coming out of Glenn Thrush. I can't even read it. It's just beyond. What do you make of this, sir?
Well, look, I'm glad we're elevating the discussion. No woman, no person should have to put up with somebody making unwanted advances to the point of touching and pushing and doing things that you shouldn't do. If you don't want to be touched, you shouldn't have to be touched. I don't care how famous you are, if you're a reporter or if you're under the influence of alcohol. That's just not an excuse. And I'm glad to see that Democrats, in particular, Senator Gillibrand and others, having this sudden awakening that this is not appropriate. It wasn't appropriate when President Clinton was doing it in the Oval Office, and it's not appropriate now.
I mean, let's be clear. Monica Lewinsky was just 7 years older than his daughter, Chelsea Clinton. But Kirsten Gillibrand is basically now could be cut off from the Clinton cash machine, the money funnel going toward her. I mean, I think the debate is whether it was brave. I think it was brave of her to step forward and do that because she can get cut off from the money train, right?
Well, look, she's coming to the right conclusion, but when was this revelation? When did it come to her? Because she's taken their endorsements. She filled in for Hillary Clinton afterwards. She's taken their money. What was the sudden point, Senator, when you actually said, oh, the groping of women is not appropriate? Suddenly she now has come to that conclusion.
And MSNBC,
it's the right conclusion, but some of us were there 30 years ago.
And MSNBC Mika Brzezinski speaking out about Bill Clinton as well.